In this video, I will explain how to maximize profit for a firm given their cost function and their revenue function. So let's jump into an example. This says, suppose a shoe firm has the following cost of production. C, the cost, is equal to 200 plus 2Q squared, where Q is the quantity of goods being produced. If the market price of shoes is $100, how many shoes should the firm produce to maximize profit? And what will the profit level be? So to maximize profit for a given firm, there's one crucial fact that we need to know. And that is profit is maximized when marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost. So we are given our cost function, but we're not directly given our revenue function. So one thing that we need to know is that revenue, I'll write it as R, is equal to the price times the quantity. So the revenue, the amount of money that a firm will bring in, will be equal to the price that they sell the good for times the quantity of that good. So P times Q. So we're told that P, the market price of shoes, is $100. So what we can write is R, revenue, is equal to 100 times Q. So the amount of revenue they'll earn is equal to $100 times Q, the quantity that they sell. Now we're also given our cost function here, so let's go ahead and rewrite that. So we said that profit is maximized when the marginal revenue is equal to the marginal cost. So we need to find both the marginal revenue and the marginal cost. So the marginal revenue, I'll abbreviate that as MR, that's simply the derivative of the revenue function with respect to quantity. So if we consider this revenue function right here, the derivative of 100Q with respect to Q is just 100. So the marginal revenue function is just 100. And the marginal cost function, that uses a similar formula. So that's just the derivative of the cost function with respect to Q. So if we consider this cost function right here, what's the derivative with respect to Q? Well, the derivative of 200, that's just nothing. And then the derivative of 2Q squared, remember the power rule from calculus, we take the exponent and multiply it by the coefficient. So 2 times 2 is 4, and then we reduce the exponent by 1. So this will become a 1. So really, this is just 4 times Q. So the marginal cost function is just 4Q. So we said that profit is maximized when these two functions are set equal to each other. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll say 100 must be equal to 4Q. Now notice we can solve for Q by just dividing both sides by 4. So when we do that, the 4's on this side cancel out, and we're left with Q is equal to 100 divided by 4 is 25. So the quantity of shoes that will allow this firm to maximize their profit is 25. So that's how many shoes that they should produce to maximize their profit. Now we also want to know what will the profit level be. So when they produce 25 shoes, what will the profit level be? So let's go ahead and write that out. So the profit, abbreviated using this symbol, is equal to R, the revenue, minus the cost. So this is the definition of profit. It's your revenue minus your cost. So we know both the revenue function and the cost function. So here's what we can write. 100Q, so this is our revenue function, minus the cost function, which is 200. Let's put this in parentheses. 200 plus 2Q squared. So to find the profit level, we're just going to plug in a 25 into Q into this equation right here. So let's see what we get. Equals 100 times 25. So we'll have minus 200 minus 2 times Q squared. So again, we're plugging in a 25 for Q. So we get 25 squared. So we get 100 times 25, that's 2,500, minus 200, minus 25 squared, that's 625. 625 times 2, that is 1,250. So our final answer is 2,500 minus 200 minus 1,250. That turns out to be 1,050. And we'll say dollars since we're talking about profit. So this firm is able to maximize their profit by producing 25 shoes. And when they produce 25 shoes, their profit is $1,050. So that is how you can find the maximum profit for a given firm. If you know their revenue function and their cost function, you simply need to find the marginal revenue and the marginal cost and set them equal to each other.